Listen, brother, let me paint a picture you might recognize. You wake up. The room's still, but your mind's a storm. Before your feet hit the floor, you're already drained, not from the day ahead, but from the endless churn of thoughts. Did I mess up? Why did I say that yesterday? Am I living up to my potential? You haven't moved, but you're exhausted. The worst part, you've grown so used to this weight it feels normal. But deep down, you know it's not right. No one taught you how to handle this. Let me be clear. Your mind isn't your enemy. It's your stronghold, your foundation, your guide. It's not a place to fear. It's not meant to ambush you when life gets quiet. But here's the truth. No one told you you can't heal what you keep avoiding. You might drown it out with noise, scrolling for hours, numbing yourself with distractions or bad habits. But silence will come. And when it does, your mind will unearth everything you've buried. That's not weakness. That's a call to lead yourself. Your mind isn't broken, it's untrained. Like any powerful tool, it'll cut you until you learn to wield it. This is where the Stoics step in. They weren't just philosophers spouting empty words. They were warriors, emperors, slaves, exiles, men who faced pain, loss, betrayal, and chaos head-on. Yet they didn't let those things define their minds. Why? Because they knew one truth. It's not what happens to you that breaks you, but how you think about it. Marcus Aurelius, in the midst of war and plague, reminded himself, you control your mind, not the chaos around you. That's not a social media quote. It's a lifeline, and you can forge that skill too. You don't need to become emotionless or deny your feelings, but you must train your focus. You must reclaim your inner space, or the world will overrun it. Be honest. Your mind gets pulled in every direction daily. Social media comparisons, fear of missing out, regrets about the past, anxiety about the future, others telling you who you should be. No wonder you feel overwhelmed. No wonder you struggle to breathe at times. But here's what I need you to hold on to. You have permission to slow down. You have the power to take back control. And no, it's never too late to start. This video isn't about chasing perfection. It's about standing present with your thoughts, emotions, and choices. We're diving into 7 tough but transformative Stoic truths to help you stop searching for peace in your head and start building it within. This isn't about fleeting motivation, it's about mental strategy. Before we dive in, do this for yourself. Close the other tabs. Silence the outside noise. Let this be the moment you stop running from your mind and start mastering it. If something resonates, don't hold back, hit like. Share your affirmation in the comments. Pass it to someone who needs it. Subscribe if you're ready to build a mind where you finally feel at home. Write this in the comments. My mind is my stronghold, and I will defend it. Truth 1. Don't let emotions steer your life. Marcus Aurelius said, if you're troubled by something external, the pain isn't from the thing itself, but from your judgment of it. This is hard to hear. Your emotions are real, brother, but they're not always true. They're signals, not orders. Yet most of us let them take the wheel, like we're just passengers. You feel sad. You shut down. You're angry. You lash out or hurt someone. You're anxious. You cancel plans or dodge life. Here's the problem. When emotions drive, they often crash. A Stoic mind doesn't ignore feelings. It feels them deeply, but doesn't obey every impulse. Be real. How many times have you said something in anger and regretted it later, made a bad call because you were scared or jealous? That's what happens when emotions run the show, unchecked. The first step to mastering your mind is to remind yourself, I feel this emotion, but I don't have to act on it. Here's a tool that works when a strong emotion hits. Pause and name it. Whisper to yourself, this is anger. This is fear. This is shame. Naming it creates distance. You're not the emotion. You're the one observing it. Then ask, what would the wisest version of me do here? That pause and question kick your rational mind into gear. It stops emotional reactions from turning into real regrets. The Stoics called this the power of reasoned choice, acting with clarity, not blindness. You can still feel sad, but show up to work. You can be scared, but speak your truth. You can be angry, but choose silence. Discipline isn't about crushing emotions, it's about guiding them. Try this. Next time emotions overwhelm you, write them down before acting. You'll see their power fade on paper. That's how Marcus Aurelius did it. His meditations weren't for publication, they were his way of checking himself, saying, this is what I feel, but this is how I choose to act. Imagine the strength you'd have doing that daily. Not perfect, just awake. Truth. 2. Slow your thoughts before they own you. Seneca said, the poor man isn't the one with little, but the one who craves more. You know what really steals your peace, not always the big problems, but the small thoughts racing non-stop, piling up, and hijacking your mind. One moment you're fine. The next, your head's in 5 different places. What if I fail? What did they mean by that text? Why is everyone ahead of me? What if tomorrow goes wrong before you know it? You're drained, stuck in your head, exhausted without moving. Your mind's run a marathon while you're still in the room. Here's the truth most avoid. Overthinking isn't a sign of deep intelligence, it's a sign of lost control. You can be sharp, but still trapped in your own head. The Stoics saw this and trained their thoughts like soldiers. They believed thoughts need direction, not endless wandering. So how do you slow them down? Start here. Notice when your mind's racing shallow breaths, pounding heart, reading the same line 5 times without focus. That's your cue. Then, do something rare today. Stop. Close your eyes. Breathe in. Slow. Exhale slower. Name one thing truly bothering you, just one, not 5. Most overthinking comes from your brain trying to juggle 10 things at once. Force it to focus on just one. Tell your mind, deal with this and only this. You're not ignoring the rest, you're refusing to let them drown you. Try this Stoic practice to transform your day. Reflect every night. Ask yourself, what thoughts stole my peace today? Were they real threats? How could I have responded with more calm? When you reflect instead of react, you build the habit of control. Your mind sharpens, stops panicking, because it knows you're paying attention. You'll discover something powerful. Slowing your thoughts brings energy back. You start hearing your own voice, not the world's noise. In that stillness, you choose what to believe and what to release. Stoicism isn't about having no thoughts. It's about not being a slave to everyone. Every thought is a guest at your door. You decide who stays for dinner. Write this affirmation in the comments. I slow my thoughts. I choose what stays. Truth 3. Nourish your mind. Don't poison it. Marcus Aurelius said, your soul takes on the color of your thoughts. You're not just what you eat, you're what you feed your mind. If you're constantly consuming gossip, drama, fear, or comparisons, don't be shocked when you feel anxious, empty, or lost. Most of us treat our phones like junk food, scrolling mindlessly, swallowing whatever pops up. Imagine eating whatever's handed to you spoiled, toxic, or random. You'd get sick fast. Right. Now think, how long have you been feeding your mind garbage without noticing? The Stoics were deliberate about what they let in because they knew a weak mind isn't natural. It's made weak by constant distraction and mental junk. Here's your challenge. Brother, audit your mental diet. Ask, who am I following online? What conversations am I letting into my life? Am I feeding myself wisdom or noise? You know why your mind feels foggy sometimes? It's stuffed with meaningless, fake, or purposeless content. You don't have to live like that. You can reclaim your mind the way you'd reclaim your body, by cutting out junk food. Start here. Swap one piece of mental trash for wisdom daily. Read 2 pages of Stoic writing. Watch 10 minutes of content teaching calm or truth. Sit still and reflect instead of scrolling. It sounds small, but that's how change takes root. Protect not just what you consume, but who you talk to. If someone's always negative, gossiping, or shallow, limit their access. That's not rude, it's guarding your peace. A poisoned mind will drag you down, no matter how strong your body is. Ask yourself daily, is what I took in today making me a man I respect? If not, it's just noise not worth your time. Every time you consume something, ask, does this sharpen me or dull me? Does it feed my fear or my strength? What you nourish grows. Write this in the comments. I feed my mind clarity, not chaos. Seneca said, we suffer more in imagination than in reality. Picture this. Someone passes you with a scowl. Your mind spins a tale. They're mad at me. I must have done something wrong. People always push me away. But maybe they're just having a rough day. Maybe it's not about you at all. Yet most of us soak up every glance, every pause, every silence, and turn it into pain. A Stoic doesn't absorb the world's emotions, he observes them. He sees what happens without inflating it beyond reality. Not every feeling you have is true. Not every comment is accurate. Not everything you notice is about you. It's exhausting, isn't it? Always assuming someone's upset with you. Believing every action hides a secret jab. Feeling insecure for no reason. That's why you train your mind to observe, not absorb. Here's how. First, pause before you judge. Your brain craves quick answers. But slow it down. They didn't text back. Maybe they hate me. Instead, ask, could this mean something else? Do I have evidence? Or just a feeling? That pause can stop 90% of your overreactions. Second, separate facts from emotions. Feeling ignored is real. But is it true? Are you really being sidelined? Or is it an old wound talking? The Stoics practiced this like mental discipline. Seneca would ask himself each night, did I see things clearly today? Or did fear cloud the truth? It's not easy, but it's freedom. When you stop absorbing every emotion, you stop bleeding from invisible cuts. Third, get curious, not paranoid. Instead of judging, question. Instead of thinking they're ignoring me, consider, maybe they're tired. Maybe they're caught up in their own storm. Maybe it's not about me. This isn't weakness, it's mental strength. That's Stoicism in daily life. It's not just quotes or calm detachment. It's choosing not to poison your mind with assumptions, because assumptions become stories. Stories become beliefs, and beliefs shape who you are. Don't let false stories live in your head. Be a steady observer, not an emotional sponge. Write this in the comments: I observe the world. I don't absorb its noise. Truth 5. Teach your mind to embrace not knowing. Epictetus said, "Don't demand things happen your way. Let them unfold as they are, and life will flow better." We hate uncertainty, don't we? Not knowing what others think of you. What comes next? Where a choice will lead, it fuels anxiety. It traps you in overthinking loops, trying to control what's not yours. But Stoicism flips this. You don't need all the answers to find peace. You just need to trust you'll handle whatever comes. That's real control. Not mastering the storm, but mastering how you sail through it. Our modern minds crave instant answers, overanalyzing texts, Googling everything, predicting the future until we're spent. A Stoic mind says, I do what I can, prepare well, and accept what I can't control. That surrender isn't weakness, it's wisdom. How do you build it? First, practice radical presence. Ask yourself, what's true right now? Am I in danger? Or just fearing what might happen? Fear lives in the what-ifs, not the present moment. You can't build peace in a world of maybes. Second, let uncertainty be your teacher. Not knowing can humble you. Forge patience and build trust, not in outcomes, but in your own growth. When Epictetus lost everything home, freedom, he didn't crumble. He said, "You can chain my body, but not my will." He trusted he could face anything with clarity. You can too. Every time you resist chasing certainty, you train your mind to stand firm in ambiguity. That's strength. Third, carve out space for silence. Answers don't come from noise, but from stillness, patience, and letting time do its work. Allow yourself to say, I don't know yet. And that's okay. The right answers come when you're ready or when life decides. This isn't laziness, it's emotional maturity. You don't need to predict everything, just trust you'll stand tall in any storm. Write this in the comments. I release the need to know everything. I trust my strength in uncertainty. Truth 6. Build daily mental habits, not mood swings. Living by emotions is like sailing in a storm with no anchor, dangerous and unsteady. If you wait to feel good before acting, you'll never master your mind. The Stoics didn't wait for the perfect mood, they built routines to train their minds daily, no matter how they felt. Ask yourself, do I have a mental habit? Something that grounds me before the day's chaos hits. Life's always loud. Brother, if you don't start your day with intention, the world will set your mood. Try this. First, begin with 5 minutes of silence. No phone, no noise, just sit. Breathe slow, and let your mind settle. This isn't trendy meditation, it's syncing your mind to lead. Second, write a guiding sentence each morning. The Stoics journaled to remind themselves who they were in a chaotic world. Write, today, I won't rush. My peace is non-negotiable. I choose clarity over reaction. It's simple, deliberate, and doesn't need to be perfect, just consistent. Third, separate action from emotion. Feeling tired or off, Show up anyway, even at 40% effort. The future doesn't care how you felt today. Only what you did despite it. Your mind respects you when you don't bow to every mood swing. That respect builds confidence. Confidence builds strength. Strength builds control. You're not your emotions, you're your daily disciplines. Write this in the comments: I act with discipline, not emotion. Truth. 7. Make your inner world stronger than the outer one. Marcus Aurelius said, "A man's worth is no greater than his ambitions." You feel it deep down, don't you? The world's getting louder, faster, hungrier for your attention with its endless opinions, comparisons, and demands to prove yourself. Most men lose who they are in that noise. They chase approval, need validation, fear, judgment, and build their worth on things they can't control. How many followers, how others see them, how many likes. It's a trap. The Stoics knew better. If your peace hinges on the outside world, you'll never be free. Your real work is forging an inner world so strong it stands firm when the outer world tries to shake you. Here's how to start. First, top, chasing applause. You don't need everyone to get you or agree with you. Sometimes, being misunderstood is the price of living true. Tell yourself, if I act with integrity and purpose, that's enough. Second, redefine success on your terms, not the world's. What is success to you? Inner peace, self-respect, showing up daily. No matter what, write your definition and let it guide you, not trends or noise. Third, celebrate your inner victories. Take pride in staying calm under pressure, holding your boundaries, or choosing silence when provoked. Even if no one notices, that's strength most. Don't grasp because they're too busy looking strong instead of being strong. The outer world will always shift, but you can be the steady flame. That's the Stoic mission, not to hide from life, but to build a mind that stands tall through any challenge. Write this in the comments: my strength comes from within. I don't chase approval. Let's wrap this up. If you've made it this far, you're not here for shallow hype. You're here for truth. And the truth is, you won't control your mind perfectly. You'll still overthink, react, slip into old habits. But now you're awake. Awareness is power. You're not your emotions, you're your choices. You're not your thoughts, you're how you respond to them. You don't need to predict life. Just face it with clarity. That's what Stoicism gives you. Every time you pause before reacting, reflect instead of raging, or choose discipline over impulse. You're in control. That's growth. That's freedom. You don't need to be fearless. Just face your mind like a warrior and lead it with wisdom. Don't aim for a perfect mind. Build a strong one, resilient, attentive, and guided by reason. You've got this. Not because life gets easier, but because you're getting stronger. If this hit home, like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Stoic wisdom to transform you from within. Write this final affirmation in the comments: I lead my mind, I don't follow it. Music.